Midjourney's newest feature, Style Explorer, was released a couple of weeks ago, so why haven't I made a video on it? Well, I'll get to that in a minute. For now, let's go to the Midjourney website. You'll be taken to the Explore page, and this is where you can see images and videos made by other members of the community. Except now there is a new tab called Styles, and this has nothing to do with other people. These are specific styles curated by the bot and divided into these style codes. You can click down here at that little T icon and it will put the code in the prompt for you. And then we can ask for whatever we want and it will be created in that style. That's pretty cool, right? Like, that's gorgeous and so easy to make. I'll tell you some more cool things you can do with this new feature, but first let me show you why this video is so late. It's because for the past few months I've been working on my new Midjourney course, and it is finally available in my school community. In this course, I will take you from a beginner to a Midjourney master in 12 steps, and I will do it in under 3 hours. I created 71 videos spread across the 12 different steps, and these are the most efficient lessons I've ever produced. On average, each video is just over 2 minutes long. There is absolutely zero time wasted, and I'm so proud of the results. Look, I hate selling and marketing. It's why I don't take sponsors on this channel, so if I'm willingly excited to tell you about something, it's because I know it's awesome. If you're interested in having a guide through the world of Midjourney, come check it out. The link is in the description below. Okay, after all that, let's go back to the Style Explorer. Maybe one of the best parts about it is if you hover over this Try Style button, you can use your last prompt, the happiest dog in the world, and we can see it in this style. All you have to do is click the button, and then on your create page, it will begin the new job. Isn't that awesome? You can also type a new prompt in the prompt box, like a cat in a hat, and then you can scroll the Style Explorer. And if you come across something you like, you can just click on Try Style, and it will take your prompt that is currently written. So we'll try that one. We'll try this one over here. Ooh, and then how about this one? And then we can quickly see our prompts in those different styles. Again, super easy to use, actually super fun to explore. But then check this out. You can use this search button at the top to search for different styles. Like, you can type anime and you can get every style that Midjourney associates with anime. There's going to be a lot of them. And yeah, I mean, they might look similar, but this is still pretty fun to use. Like, let's try this one here and this one here. Okay, and maybe this one here. And what do you think? I like these top ones a lot. We could also search for something like sci-fi, and that will give us these styles with this science fiction motif attached. When it comes to these Midjourney style codes, it is hard to separate the look from the aesthetic. As in this sort of faded vintage style, it's going to come with the sci-fi aesthetic. And yeah, I think those are awesome. But then we can even combine the search for something like sci-fi anime and really narrow down that specific aesthetic. Yeah, and some of these are awesome. Look how cute these cats are. And I just kind of want to repeat that lesson for clarity. The styles you're looking at carry the motifs you see with it. If you find an anime style, but all of the characters are wearing medieval outfits, well, that's part of the style. Just so you know, okay? And then here's a little trick. I found that searching for Dragon Ball Z doesn't really work. It says nothing to see right now. But if we typed DBZ, we get these, which some of them you could argue is definitely Dragon Ball inspired. Like maybe this one right here. So if you're searching for something, but it's not coming up, like maybe you could try another way of saying it. You know, something like that. And while this whole Style Explorer is pretty fun to use like a catalog, I just want to say I still like using Sref Random. So at the end of our prompt, we can type --sref, hit space, and then write the word random. And we're doing sort of the same thing, except this time we're letting Midjourney pick a style for us rather than looking through the menu. And I gotta say, these are pretty awesome. And now how about a bit of an advanced prompting tip for the Style Explorer? At the top, we can click randomize, maybe get a new set of styles, but we can also search through the most liked styles of the day using this hot feature. Or we can search through the top of the day, and then if we click on this little arrow, we can see the week or the month as well. We'll go back to hot, and then here's the prompting tip. We can actually write permutations in the prompt to explore a little more quickly. We could use this for aspect ratios to see that prompt in that style in different aspect ratios. and that will save you some time. Or we could use a permutation to see different characters and sort of build out a world this way. So we'll do a dog, a cat, and an owl. And then let's try some of these different styles. Oh yeah, these are gorgeous. You got to try this one yourself. It's that code right there. 428844532. Enjoy. Obviously, these are pretty cool as well. And same with these. I think you're getting the idea of just how fun this new feature can be. And then you could try a prompt like this. Whatever you want to write. A dog in a hat. Then a curly bracket, comma, dash dash p, close curly bracket, followed by a specific seed number, dash dash seed, and then again, whatever you want. If we go ahead and try this prompt with different styles, we're going to be testing the effect of our profile code on this particular look. We'll try this test with a couple of different styles. Now, what you're going to be seeing here is a very, very subtle change to the look of the generation. Because we locked in a seed number, the only difference between these two prompts is our personal profile code. And really, what is the difference? Like, it's hard to say. Using your profile code is just going to nudge Midjourney in the direction of your personal preference a little bit more. It's not going to do much, but I mean, there is a bit of a difference. So for whatever that's worth, you could try this out. It's going to be super similar. I'm not going to claim anything otherwise. But again, maybe you'll like that trick. And then here's another thing you can try. You can set up your prompt with an Omni Reference, use a basic description, and then use the Style Explorer to dictate the look. Now, writing the prompt can be a little difficult, I'll admit. First, let's add myself as an Omni Reference, and then we'll say something like a depiction of a bald man with a beard wearing the appropriate attire. Yeah, I don't know if that prompt's that great. But at the end, I'm going to bump up the style weight so that whatever look we click on, it's going to be emphasized a little more. I'm going to go all the way to 700. I think that could be fine. And then now, if we click on try style, it's going to submit that Omni Reference prompt with this look. Now, I don't think the results are going to be that great, but this is still pretty fun to explore. And eventually, the Omni Reference feature should get updated. It should be a little easier to use, so I'm thinking this exact workflow might work even better soon. Like, yeah, kind of cool, right? I mean, this one's cool. And then some of these are kind of awful, except for maybe this one down here. Yeah, that's a good picture. And then I want to show you this. Let's say we prompted for a famous character, a well-known intellectual property, and we clicked try style. We should get a new moderation message right here. Our filters detected potential third-party content, so we are keeping this generation private to you, which means we can still create the picture, no problem, but they will no longer appear on the Explore page. I guess this is sort of a way to hack into privacy. I don't really know how long this type of thing will last. I don't really know the effects of this long term, but like maybe that's a good compromise for now. You know, let us make pictures of Batman, just don't show them to the world. Something like that. One of my favorite new workflows to use is to search for something like cinematic. You can write whatever prompt you want, and then instead of choosing just one individual style, let's add a bunch of these styles to the prompt. It's basically like the ultimate concoction of converging styles. Rather than creating these one at a time, you can just put them together through that Explore page, and then you'll get something extra unique, something no one else would ever create on their own. Oh, and like these are awesome. Is there any way to know that they would have been this good? Like, yeah, maybe because Midjourney's the best. But still, these are a pleasant surprise. I just got more goosebumps. This is great. Which one of these guys is your favorite? Yeah, okay, I'll go with him. That's my boy right there. Another thing you can do is actually just click anywhere here on this whole style picture. That will bring up like an example grid of the pictures that you can expect. But then from here, you can actually click on one of them individually, save them to your computer, and then you could like take this picture and add it to a mood board itself. And then maybe that's another thing I should have mentioned already. As you're creating images in these different styles, I highly suggest that you create mood boards out of your favorites. And I say that because it will be easier to track later on. Like, let's take this cinematic mishmash right here. We'll do an alien pirate, but then we'll say a doctor as well. And ooh, an alien angel could be pretty cool. I'm going to generate these in a bunch of different aspect ratios. I'm going to go through and I'm going to select my favorites by right-clicking and then clicking the little like button at the top. And then I'm going to go to the mood board tab on the left side. Over here on the right, I'll click create new mood board. I'm going to go to add from gallery and I'm going to filter by my liked images. And then I'm going to add all of these pictures to the mood board. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm never going to remember all of those SREF codes that comprise these pictures. So I'm going to make a new board called like Cinna. It's really hard to come up with names, right? They're sort of vintagey. I'm going to say Cinna Grungy Alien. Something like that. That's probably not a good name, I'll admit. Click use in prompts, and then we'll go to the create page, and we're going to see what this mood board created. Hopefully it's going to resemble those style codes. It's just going to be way easier to keep track of this look. Whoa. And yeah, these pictures are pretty intense. Like, this is crazy. That is a wild photo. And yeah, these are pretty creepy too. Okay. And I said it's hard to keep track of these codes, which it is, but you can also click this little heart button beside the code. And then up here at the top, we can click on likes, and we can see all of the style codes that we have personally clicked that like button on. So there is a way to sort of keep track, but then this list can get pretty long, and there's no way to really sort through it quickly, which is why I think mood boards are like way better. And I definitely teach that in my Midjourney course, in case you were wondering. And then there is one last big tip that I want to share with you, okay? Let's find a very unique style, something that would be hard to describe on our own. You know what? I love this sketch look right here. Let's use this in a prompt. Let's go with something super simple. I just want an example of this style. We'll go with a man. All right, these are pretty nice so far. Which one are we going to select? I kind of like that one. Now, okay, let's go with this one right here. What I want you to do is once you've clicked on a picture so that it expands, over here on the right side at the top, I want you to click on this search icon. Not up here, this one down here. Click on this. This will take you to the Explore page. The goal of this search icon is to find more images that sort of resemble the one you clicked on. So we're going to see other silhouettes, minimal sketches, that type of thing. Oh, and this picture is gorgeous right here. I'm just going to click like on that. Anyways, here's the big trick. By default, it will take you to images. We want to click on styles. This will take you back to the Style Explorer, except this time all of the looks will resemble sketches. Isn't that awesome? And then we can click on the Try Style button to see that prompt in these different sketchy styles. This might be the best part of the feature because it is hard to describe these styles with words. Now we can use that search icon to see more of what we want. And these are great. How about that? That's beautiful. And that is the full guide to Midjourney's newest feature, the Style Explorer. I hope you're doing well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.